Thank you, thank you, thank you. Uh, my name is Caesar. I have a kid. He's 6 years old. I didn't know. Oh, you weren't laughing at me. I was like, that's not funny. Um, so I have a kid, and it's weird when my girlfriend at the time, when she was pregnant, we were in the hospital, and she was about to give birth. And they waited till she got like up in the stirrups, like had her like pussy out in the air and stuff, and they started asking her fucking questions, but just like kind of innocuous, like what have you been eating? Has your diet been good? Any smoking? Any drinking? And I'm sitting there, listening, and they ask her, has there been any physical abuse in the house? And she says no. That's when I just leaned in real close and I said, that's what you better say. And now I'm single, so that worked out well. It's really hard to fuck when you have a kid because you gotta distract them, especially when they can walk and shit and open doors. That's dangerous times. The mom's over there nodding like, yeah, we fucking know. They're out. You can just fuck crazy now, huh? It's hard because a SpongeBob episode's 22 minutes long. So you gotta time your shit tight. That's clean up before sex and clean up after, and you gotta get your clothes on and off. So you gotta set up booby traps and shit. Like you gotta throw like a scooter down the hall, so that way if he's coming down, you hear his ass. You hear him tripping or whatever. I actually tied a bell to my kid's head. That worked fantastically. So yeah, it's really hard because you're sitting there, you're in the room, you're having sex, and you're fucking, but you're always listening for the door, and your fucking heart's pounding because you don't want to hear those little footsteps. So you're fucking, and your heart's pounding, and you're fucking, you're looking, and you're fucking. You're like, wait, was that the door? No. Okay, we're good. And you're going back, and you're fucking, and you're fucking, you're looking, and you get really used to it, and your heart's fucking pounding. And now that I'm single, I can only date chicks that have kids, and that's a really hard conversation to have. Because it's like, listen, baby, I'm not a pedophile. I just can't come unless your kid's home. Sorry. So I went to the hospital this last summer because I had a swollen testicle, which is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life. It was excruciating. And the first day it happened, like it was hurting and it was bigger than it normally was. And I was like, what the fuck's wrong? Like, I don't want to go to the doctor. I hate going to the fucking doctor. So I feel like it's a blockage. So I did what I do in every situation. I tried and jerk my way out of it. I jerked off like 5 times. Like, I'm gonna clear this fucker out. Did not help at all. In fact, I think I made it worse. It was horrible. It was all it was bad. So I go into work the next day, still somehow thinking I'm gonna fucking get through this, and I'm swinging my leg like this when I'm walking because I can't like touch it because it's just fucking tender and sore. So finally I go to the doctor. Actually, I go to the Quick Care right across the street. And Quick Cares are shitty, but you go in and out. So I go in there, pull my pants down. She looks at it. She's like, oh, you need to go to the hospital. Like immediately. She didn't even fucking like take 2 seconds. So go to the hospital. And they give me a couple of pain pills or whatever. And then they told me they have to do an ultrasound on my nuts. Yeah, like what they do for like women, with the goop on the belly and then they're pregnant and the little wand and shit. So they wheel me into the to the technician room, and in walks the technician, and she's like a moderately attractive, like 26-year-old little white girl, and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble here. So I'm laying there in the thing with no pants, just my little gown or whatever, and now my ass is fucking up in the stirrups, and my balls are just out to the wind, and she starts like rubs the jelly on, starts wanding the right one. And it hurts, but I was like, oh, it's fucking weird. And then she does the left one for some reason, and that one's fine. So she starts doing it. I'm like, oh, this starts to feel good. And then all of a sudden, my dick. I'm fucking panicking all of a sudden. Like there's nowhere for me to hide. So I just cover my dick with my hand. And she's still just like acting like nothing's wrong. She's wanding my left ball. I'm like, this fucking feels amazing. I had to fight off the urge to hit on her because that's what all my fucking instincts tell me to do. That's what you do in that situation. Your dick's in your hand, someone's touching your balls, you say nice things to them. I told her I loved her, I think. I'm pretty sure. So I get out of there, wheel me back to the room, and they're like, we're not quite sure what's wrong with you, so we're going to give you a prostate exam. Yeah, prostate exam, the people with concerned looks know, that's where they stick their finger up your ass and check your prostate. I don't know what my asshole has to do with my balls. I think they were fucking with me. But they did it. And the nice little tiny technician's gone now. This is like a 45-year-old Greek dude telling me he's got to stick his finger up my ass. He's got knuckles like fucking sausages. So I turn over to my side, and he's like, I'm gonna do this now. And I'm fucking like sweating. I'm fucking terrified. I'm like, what if I'm gay? This is gonna be a rough way to find out. So he sticks it in, and I've heard it described before as it feels like you're taking a shit. And it's true. That's exactly what it feels like. That's the only sensation you know back there. Didn't really hurt. I just felt like I was taking like a hairy Greek poop. It's weird. But the weirdest part was all of a sudden, my dick and that changed my life forever. Thank you. My name's Caesar. You guys have a great night.